When I was born, um, my father was an officer in the United States Navy. He was a pilot and airborne radar innovator. He was radar was new in that time frame. It started in 1931, I believe, over in England, but it wasn't airborne. And here we are, 1953, uh, on the East Coast of the United States. And my father was working with Mr. Lockheed, and Mr. Lockheed called my father Mr. Radar. And uh, and he was there for the all the development from blimps, B-17s, constellations. My uncle, my parents died in 1990 in a accident, and the oldest brother of my mother told me that I was given to the I was left at the hospital by my mother without even having looked at me for 10 days. And something that she wanted a girl, and I was the fourth son. But during that time is when at that hospital, the Valley Forge Army Hospital, the 2 years prior, the CIA had Project Bluebird at that hospital. I found the doctor that was attending me on the internet after having a memory dream where I saw a doctor at a laboratory workstation look over at me. I could tell I was a baby. And he said, "Oh no, he's woken up." And that was all that I saw in that dream. But the I was looking for the nurse that took care of me during that time, those 10 days, being a baby and left alone. And I couldn't find a nurse that was only the administrative, but I did find this doctor. I found him on the internet, and sure enough, I saw a picture of him, and that was him, the guy in my memory dream. And this hospital was known for their psychiatric treatment. He was the second in charge of the psychiatric area. And so that was when I came in contact with the MK Ultra. What I experience now is dream, what I call kidnapping, or synthetic dream manipulation. This happens at REM, and it is my astral body that they're kidnapping and instilling these dreams. And they are dreams that are either they concoct a scenario and my subconscious fills it in, or it's training. I've been in Nazi scenarios where there's Nazis running around with rifles, and me and others are shooting them. So they're still accessing me. Well, they started in the United States and they continue in the United States. However, when there was the 2000 election in the United States, I felt that there was election fraud, and at a level that I didn't trust the rudimentary component of the United States Republic of a democratic and free election. And I left the United States because I felt that we were in danger. 2 months after I moved to Latin America, the Twin Towers, actually 3 towers, came down in New York City. In other words, I was right. But I ended up moving all the way down to Costa Rica, and they're not as technologically plugged in as they are here, but that was where the bulk of my initiation into today's era of MK Ultra. I say that like that because it started in the 50s for me, but since 2012 and beyond, it's been rather intense for me. And so it was in Costa Rica that the REM, astral hypnotism, kidnapping took place, and now it's at a constant, every night, all night level. My first 10 days in that hospital was as a child, as a newborn baby. And that is how the MK Ultra got the children to comply. And as well, when I was age 5 years old, I was taken in because my mother said that I was too short, separated from my brothers. Didn't make sense to me as a 5-year-old, but I don't remember the visit, but I remember sitting there with the head nurse, who was a very stern individual, and there was something that was done at that point as well. I have what I consider to be memory dreams, and I have things that I'm being shown that I have no basis for knowledge about. And there has been situations where I've been underground in a cave. There's been a number of those. And in these that I'm referring to, there were people sitting in chairs, motionless, with no expression on their face. Their eyes were open, and it was as though they were clones waiting to be brought to life. They were not dolls. They were not other species. They were human, and they were just sitting in chairs in caves. And that has gotten to the point where I have been involved in murder. I have been involved in cannibalism. And these things took place. If I can look at those people as being clones, and that's what I believe they were, that this technology is current and is being used, that all of that was involved in this. And it's to the point where that taste hurt me to my soul. It was so dramatic and hurtful. And it was during the writing of my book, my editor got sent a link to his book. And we had not known how to put that idea or into context. We didn't even think of it. And then the book came right synchronicity into our hands at that moment. And it was like, oh, I get it. Same with the cannibalism. It wasn't a real person, although I saw him. It's all in my book. It was a clone because the real person came up to me afterwards, and I was shocked to see that real person because I thought we killed him and were eating him. But the MK Ultra, the SRA, um, it's all part of a very large effort uh, that's going on, and it's going on behind the scenes, and it's not being talked about very much. And that, again, is why I thank you. Uh, but it's by these cults, and the alphabet groups in the United States government are part of that cult, as are some of the major religious organizations. And it's my situation is an isolated effort. But when you put that in with other people's experiences and you look at it on a larger scale, uh, these are situations that point to a very uh, bad situation that we have on the planet Earth right now. But I'm optimistic because it's coming together. We're bringing together all the voices of the people that have been experiencing this, and people such as yourself, and mediums such as YouTube and different formats are allowing the word to get out. So I'm hopeful that we are affecting change, and because this is very wrong, and it's been going on for thousands of years.